News, water scarcity continues to be a concern in Johannesburg. Some residents have been without water for weeks now and even months in other areas. But officials have reassured the residents that the city might be out of that dry spell soon, as it is making some improvements. eNCA reporter Bafedile Moerane following this story for us. She's back now from a briefing that took place earlier by the Joburg water and city officials. Bafedile, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. So I wonder what the Johannesburg city officials are actually saying here, but blaming is being laid, for example, on ailing infrastructure.
Certainly, ailing infrastructure, it's one of the contributing factors to the challenges that Joburg water and rainwater is facing at this point in time. But they are, however, saying that they are looking into that matter. But for quite some time, but then there has been promises with no solution. It's not like the decaying infrastructure is something that has happened overnight. It's something that has been happening over years. But now, if they speak about decaying infrastructure as a challenge at this point, when people are really anxious at this point in time and with the crisis that they are facing, it doesn't even give any sense as to why and when the solution will be addressed. Sometime during the week, we spoke to officials from the city of Johannesburg who were actually saying that residents are expected to wait for about 3 years because plans are only now unfolding to ensure that they capacitate the reservoirs to store more water. But at this point in time, then they are also highlighting the population density as one of the contributing factors to say that there was no proper planning from...
it's very clear there was no planning.
There was no proper planning. So it's one of the contributing factors that are really causing the crisis at this point in time. Let us listen to the officials as to what they are saying to us.
Some of the infrastructure is quite old. I don't think it's a secret. If we look at the infrastructure within the Brixton, Crosby and Hastile system, some of it is 60 years old. And it's because of that reason that we doing infrastructure upgrade. Now, if we have been following the commando system for a previous 5 years or so, we would note that the issue of water supply within that zone, has been coming for some time. And because of that, as the institution or organization, we then raised the projects that my colleague Joseph has indicated so that we can rehabilitate and we can then upgrade that system. The area supplied, I think we all know, has increased in terms of density, not in terms of area, but in terms of density. Most of the properties have been converted into student accommodation. And as a result, your demand, actually goes far ahead of your ability to upgrade the system. So why I'm giving this background is just to try and eliminate the suspect of valves that are being manipulated so that, we can use the tankers. That problem, I think, is coming a few years. It's not a issue that started today.
Yeah, we know it didn't start today. It's been going on for a long time, but now it's getting worse. It's getting worse. One wonders whether any promise to fix things will be done. So what are the authorities saying about these concerns and the way forward?
So at this point in time, they are saying that there are mitigation plans. The first one, it is water tankering. Water tankering, which is also at this point, Braden, is in question. But they are, however, saying as Joburg Water that they have not picked up any suspicions in relation to the manipulation of the infrastructure by the so-called water mafias. So, but however, they're saying they are going to investigate the matter at this point in time to see if this is really true. So, among others, they are saying that during the day they switch off the water pressure, that goes out to residents.
So they reduce it.
They reduce it to allow the reservoirs,
to top up.
to top up. So from last week, they are saying that they were at about 36%. So this week it has improved to 37%. Not much of a difference.
It's going to be high, because also it's so hot now,
yes,
and people use more and more.
Water.
We consume more water.
Yeah, so they are saying that they are seeing an improvement in that regard. So let us listen to what they are saying.
What we are doing in terms of trying to boost the system, we close the outlet of the reservoirs in the evenings between 9 and 4 in the morning, so that we have some capacity to be able to supply during the day. Normally we open the outlet of the reservoir at 100% in the morning. There are areas within that supply system that are critical in terms of supply, where they get low to no water at times, especially during peak times. Places like your Jan Hofmeyer, your Sophia Town, Coronationville, Westin, those are some of the areas that are critical at this point in time within the commando system. So what we're doing to try and lessen the impact of the no water or low supply is we are providing or supplementing the supply with your roaming water tankers. That's the first intervention we're doing. As I mentioned, we're also closing so that at least the morning part or the morning peak period, there is enough capacity to meet that demand. But what we had started doing, which we started today, is to try and see if we can't supply that zone from an adjacent zone, and it's an exercise that we're doing. And if it's successful, then it should be able to lessen the impact.
Okay, some officials there of the Joburg Water talking about the situation, ending that update from Bafedile Moerane. Still ahead.